ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمد عبده ورسوله صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد, respected brothers and sisters and the viewers, this is indeed great blessing of Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with this month of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us so powerful night in this month of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Qur'an, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْ. Those who find this month, he should fast. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had mentioned, "Man sama Ramadan imanan wa ihtisaban ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi." People, those who fast in this month of Ramadan with that intention to please Allah Azza wa Jal, to get the reward from Allah Azza wa Jal, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all his previous sins. So this is a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah Azza wa Jal, we have people, those who, as we know, this month of Ramadan, this year of Ramadan is not like same other years. This is a little difficult in this year of Ramadan. But this is in one side, the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is Allah has blessed us, who is staying in our home. Sometimes we don't find time to give time in our home with our family members. But this is blessing of Allah. We give more time to our family members. My brothers and sisters, as we have started journey through the Qur'an, especially in this month of Ramadan, we will briefly try to explain the summary of the juz, every day one juz. So as we have started yesterday, first juz of summary of summary tafsir, you heard it yesterday from Imam Shamsi. Inshallah, I try to do as much as I can. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me ability to share some knowledge with you about the juz, second juz, the second, we can say para number 2. As para number 2, we want to go here and there directly. Let's go to the para number 2. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in the Quran, in the para number 2, Surah Al-Baqarah and Surah Al-first juz and second juz. These two juz have Surah Al-Baqarah and the half of third juz. So, first juz we hear yesterday. Today, inshallah, we try to give you a briefing of second juz. Second juz, Surah Al-Baqarah, ayat number 143, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned, وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned here one of the great lessons for us, for whole ummah, the ummah of Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. To take, Allah has made this ummah is a moderate ummah. Always in every aspect of our life. every single step of our life, when we take middle course, the moderation, or you can say moderateness, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless you and you will be successful in your every aspect of life when you take middle part, or we can say very easily middle part, not too extreme and not too poor. When you always stay in the middle, then Allah gives success always in the middle. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned about the middle, how important is it and how serious is it? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He Himself mentioned about the middle ummah. The moderation is good and successful for the life. In order to understand this, what is the middle part, what type of middle part we can take it, I want to give you a very simple example. অল্প ছোট্ট একটা উদাহরণ দিলে বুঝতে পারবো আমরা. If we give you a little small example of 3 people, then I think it will be very helpful for us to understand. For example, let's say in one family there are the 3 brothers, and 3 of them are rich. They are not poor, they are very rich people. So among them, the first one, he sent his son to the college, and every day when he go to college, he asked his father 500, let's say for example $500 every day. So today he go to college, he asked for $500. Then when he got next day, he asked for another $500. When he got to third day, he asked his father to give him $1,000. So anytime he asked to his father, without the father he asked him any question, the father give him whatever he asked for. First day 500, second day 500, third day 1,000. But he never asked him, what do you do with this? When he go to college, he hang out with his friends, he go to restaurant, he go to bar, he buy this and that, and he go to different places. But he never care about his classes. He never care about his studies. At the end, this boy from that college, end of the year, when he graduate, everybody graduate, but he cannot graduate. He drop off, and then he become, because of his extremism, one day he become terrorist. Second day, brother number 2, what he do? He have a son. So his son is go to another college. So every day when he go to college, he ask his father to give him $50. So the father, when he asked for $50, father gets so much mad and tell him, why are you asking for $50? So he give explanation that, okay, $10 for my going right and $10 for coming and going. Taxi ride for $20 and $30 for my lunch and break and breakfast and everything. So the father scream on him, and then father tell him that, you know what, instead of taking taxi, you walk, and then when you come return, you walk home back. You don't have to take taxi. And he give him only $10 instead of 30, and then tell him that, what do you do? This $10, you take your lunch and everything. So that student, that son, when he go to college, he sit with his friends, and the other friends, they are eating, they are enjoying their lunch and everything. They pay everybody, each of them, they are paying their bill every day. But he never get chance to pay anybody's bill because he have very less money in his pocket. So one day what happened? Everybody was in the table, and when everybody left the table, he was the last person. Someone forget his cell phone on the table. So when he was looking around here and there, right and left, he don't see anybody. He pick up that cell phone and he turn it off and he put it in his pocket. And then his friend come back again. So his friend, he did not ask him because he was so embarrassed to ask his friends who steal his cell phone. After the end of the college, he go to the store and the cell phone for $800 cell phone, he sell it for $100. But still, when he sell it for $100, this is his benefit. So he come home. So one day, first day, what happened? He steal the cell phone. Second day, he steal another cell phone for somebody else. And the third day, he tried to do something else. End of the day, end of the year, what he does with his other friends, he went to rob a bank. So end of the year, he become thief and he become mugger. And the third person, what he does, he has a son, he go to college. And then when he go to college, he asked his father to give him $100. So father, what he told him, father asked him everything. What do you do with $100? And then the son explained to him. And the father, he told him, you know what do you do? I'm going to give you $70. $70. $20 for your going taxi ride, $20 for your coming taxi ride, and $30 I give you for your lunch. So total I give you, total is $70 you have to spend today. But I give you $100, keep this $30 for tomorrow. And tomorrow when you ask me for $40, so every day you spend 70, not more than 70. So his son is follow his father's word. And then when he go to college, he pay attention in his college and his class and his studies. And then end of the year, he graduate first class with A+. And with a couple of years, he finished his MBA and everything. He finished BCS. And then he become, end of the college year, he become magistrate. Now, look at the first one, second one, and third one. The person who did too much, extremely give monies, too much money to his son, he did not success in his life. And the person, so who is responsible? The father is responsible because of true extremism. And the third person, he was so stingy, so bakhil, because of his bukhala, because of his stinginess, his son became thief. And the third one, because he followed the middle course. Because of his following the middle course, his son become magistrate because of his following the middle course. So this is one of the simple example I give you. Inshallah, in every aspect of our life, when you follow the middle course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us success in our life. Brothers and sisters, ayat number 219 of Surah Al-Baqarah, there's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ayat number 168, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned, Ya ayyuhan nas, kulu mimma razaqnakum. Ya ayyuhan nas, kulu mimma razaqnakum wa halalan tayyiba. Ya ayyuhan nas. Here is the ayat which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned about to eat halal. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you to eat halal, and do not eat anything haram. The reason is that to eating halal and haram, because haram always not give you any benefit in this world, not give you any benefit in the akhirah. Why? Because when you eat haram, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not accept the dua of the person who is eating haram. As Allah mentioned, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kulu min tayyibat ma razaqnakum washkuru lillah in kuntum iyyahu ta'budun. Do not eat anything which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forbid, and eat which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make tayyib for you. What is the meaning of tayyib? Meaning of tayyib, whatever is harmful for our body. The ayat has mentioned, let me correct this ayat. Ya ayyuhan nasu kulu mimma fil ardi halalan tayyiba wa la tattabi'u khutuwati ash-shaytan innahu lakum aduwwun mubin. As Allah has mentioned, O you who believe, eat from the halal thing which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made halal for you, and do not follow the footsteps of shaitan, because the shaitan is our enemy. Brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it, whatever is halal for us, we have to eat halal. Eating halal, when we say eat halal and forbid haram, we immediately go to the food, which food is halal and which food is not halal. But remember one thing, we must have to make sure that our earning is halal. If the earning is halal and then you eat halal, then that is called eating halal. But your earning is haram, no matter what type of food you eat, your bunyad, your fundamentals, your earning is haram. So make sure that always eat halal. Because eating haram, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will punish you in this world. How punish you? You cannot even imagine that. You will see all the time, you will feel so much anxiety, so much pereshan. You will not have satisfaction in your heart. The satisfaction of the heart is coming from Allah Azza wa Jal. Nothing in this world, no wealth, no money, no house, or no cars can give you satisfaction in your hearts except Allah Azza wa Jal. So when you eat haram or when you earn haram, then satisfaction go away from the hearts. See, people are so rich in this world right now, but they don't have no satisfaction in this world. They are always in anxiety. They are in so much parashan. But if you cannot see the result in your lifetime, then you can see result in your children's lifetime. You see your children become so much disobedient. See your wife becomes so much disobedient. Let's say you are very simple things. You're driving, you can make an accident. You're driving, the cops can stop you in any points and give you summons for different of reasons. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you forget something to do. Let's say you cannot put your seatbelt on. Cops stop you, give you tickets for seatbelt, give you tickets for this and that. So that is the things which is the musibah, the calamities come. You cannot even imagine those type of musibah come from where. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to always eat halal, earn halal, and spend our life in the halal way and stay away from haram. Brothers and sisters, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in another ayat of this para, Surah Al-Baqarah, ayat number 219. 219, here Allah says, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ وَالْمَيْسِرِ. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ وَالْمَيْسِرِ. Here, one of the ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in the Qur'an some of the question of the Sahabas. As Sahaba Ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'een, asked Allah Azza wa Jal so many questions. Among all these questions, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in the Quran is about 14 questions. Whenever you say يَسْأَلُونَكَ مَاذَا يُنْفِقُونَ يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْمَحِيضِ يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْأَهِلَّةِ. So all these are the questions which is Sahaba Ridwanullahi Ta'ala alayhim ajma'in have asked to Allah Azza wa Jal. And then among all these 14 questions, one of the questions is Sahaba is asked to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam about the wines and gamblings. This is one of the haram things, drinking alcohol or wines. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in the Quran about wines, not to drink alcohol, which people become drunk after they drink. Because the person, when he become drunk after he drink alcohol, then he completely lost. When he become drunk, even you ask him anything, he cannot even recognize himself. He cannot even recognize his existing. So people lost after when they drink alcohol and then become drunk. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made this haram for the people, those who lost their life. This is one of the things. Another thing is so unhealthy. If it's so unhealthy, most of the people, those who drink alcohol, most of the people, those who drink wine, you will see in very early age, those people become very disease of a dangerous, they suffer with dangerous disease. They suffer with kidney disease. They lost their eyesight. They lost their kidney. Also, most of the people, they're suffering with the cancer disease. The reason is, number one reason, because this is forbidden by Allah Azza wa Jalla. And we are the slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anything is forbidden by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah said, don't do it. And if you do it, then we go against the hukum of Allah, against the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anytime we do anything against the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will not have satisfaction in your life. You will not have peaceful in your life. Other things is gambling. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made gambling haram in the Quran? Because when people start gambling is the things which is always people who want to gain the wealth of others without doing any work. So think about it. When you try to gain others, let's say if someone get addicted of the gambling, he always try gambling, he always try to gamble and playing, and then he addicted by casinos and he go to casinos. What will happen to that person? He always looking to where people are playing, and then he try to win all the time. Now another person, whoever is sitting in front of him he is losing. This means he is taking the wealth of others, and the person who lose, he become poor. And the person who win, he win. So you win and you making other person poor. That is completely injustice in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it haram not to play gambling. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our youngster from these two things. One is alcohol, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our youngster from the gambling. And there's a lot of way of gambling in this country, a lot of way of gambling here. People can gamble from their home. People can gambling in their they don't have to go to casino, they don't have to go to any place. They can gamble from their home. So that's why I will request to our youngsters and our brothers and sisters, please, if anyone have this habit, anyone have this addiction of gambling and drinking wine and alcohol, ask to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the month of Ramadan. Ask to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know that the person who is gambling and the person who will drink alcohol, he knows these things. Because you will see sometimes, because we face so many people, and so many people have said that, oh, I have this habit, I know this is bad, please make dua for me so Allah can protect me from these things. The person who knows these things, he is doing bad. That's why he asking protection from Allah. That's why he asking dua. The person who is thief, he never married his daughter to another thief person because he know this is bad. That's why, my brothers and sisters, whatever is forbidden by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we try to protect ourselves from these things. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is order us to do it, try to follow as much as we can according to our own ability. My brothers and sisters, the third thing is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in the Qur'an about ayat number 243. Alam tara idhal ladhina kharaju min diyarihim wa hum ulufun hadar al-maut. Allahu Akbar. There are the stories, the long stories about one of the tribe of Bani Israel Allah has mentioned. And this ayat and the story of Bani Israel now similar to our current time, as we are facing this pandemic, coronavirus. That was the time 1400 years ago, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has declared and clearly mentioned to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with this ayat number 243. I have no time to explain to you whole things, but this is about 2 to 3 pages the tafsir of this ayat, ayat number 243. Please note it down. Alam tara ilal ladhina kharaju min diyarihim. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned that people, those who are afraid of their death, thousands of people, they're afraid of their death and then go out of their house and they take shelter in the next to the mountains. This is one of the tribe of Bani Israel. They took shelter in the close to mountains to afraid of death. After their death, it's thousands of people, as Allah mentioned, ulufun hadar al-maut. So after a few days, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent angels, and when the angels, I'm making very short, angels came, and then these angels, Allah ta'ala made them, order them to scream next to them. So they did it, and because of this much loud scream, everybody died. Immediately everybody died. So after their death, when the people of neighborhood people, they find out there the people, thousands of people dead. What happened? Next day they come, then they saw thousands of people dead. So it's become so much difficult for them to bury them. So what they did they dig like a well, and they put everybody's body there, and they made it wall there so nobody can see them. So after a couple of years, or maybe a decade, some decades, the wall has been destroyed, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created another prophet whose name is Hizqil alayhi salatu wassalam. One day he was passing through this, and he saw all these bodies, all these bones and skeletons of the human body, and he immediately, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed him revelation and told him, explained to him what happened to those people and how they died. So after they heard this thing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he heard from Allah, then he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, give them life again. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted his dua. Allah give them life again. Again, Allah, there was so much miracle which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered each bone, and each bone is joined with another bone. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered them each piece of flesh is joined with the bones. And when the body has been made, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the ruh, and this ruh become to in their body, and everybody stand up, and then they saw Hizkil alayhi salatu wasalam. Hizkil alayhi salatu wasalam explained to them what happened to them and how they become live again. And they make shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the reason of my things is telling you, as we have mentioned, we have heard in the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when any area had plague or any kind of disease, which is a spreading disease, people shouldn't go from this area to another area where the disease are not spread yet. And the people cannot enter in the area of disease, those areas have not spread the disease yet. So this is mentioned a long time ago. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Qur'an. You can look at the tafsir of the Qur'an, Ibn Kathir, Ma'arif al-Qur'an, ayat number 243 of Alam Tara ila alladhina kharaju min diyarihim wa hum ulufun hadara al-maut faqala lahum Allahu mutu thumma ahyahum inna Allah la dhu fadlin ala an-nas walakinna akthara an-nas la yashkurun. So you can read this tafsir of this ayat and you can see that the situation of today's is exactly which is Allah has mentioned in the Quran 1400 years ago. I will request to everybody to read this interesting history of the Quran in this ayat number 243 of Surah Al-Baqarah. The last things, my brothers and sisters, I want to tell you, 240. Ayat number 240 of Surah Al-Baqarah, as Allah has mentioned, مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا فَيُضَاعِفَهُ لَهُ أَضْعَافًا كَثِيرًا. Here Allah has mentioned that who is this one who will give loan to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentioned in the Quran, Ya ayyuhan nas antumul fuqara wallahu huwal ghaniyyul hamid. And Allah mentioned in the لقد سمع الله قول الذين قالوا إن الله فقير ونحن أغنياء. That is, some other people is mentioned in the time of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when they was collecting money in the time of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam for a battle. So people is mentioned the Lord of Muhammad become faqir, and we are the rich than him. Wal ayazu billah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ghani. Allah is the one who sustaining us. Allah is the one who given us wealth. Allah is the one who given us life. Allah is the one who given us every single thing, my brothers and sisters. So here I have humble request. Allah is asking for loan. What does that mean? Allah is asking for loan mean Allah has blessed us. Whoever Allah is blessed us with the wealth, you spend this wealth the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right now, all the masajids, all the institutions, those who are Islamic private institutions, non-profit religious organizations are running with our donations, your generous donations. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned about the qard. So I will humbly request to look, how is that? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first mentioned to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah will give multiply by when say Man jabil hasanati falahu ashru amsalia. When people do one thing or pray one thing, Allah give you 10 reward for this. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked Jibreel to request Allah to give more, then Allah mentioned مَثَلُ الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُمْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ كَمَثَلِ حَبَّةٍ أَنْبَتَتْ سَبْعَ سَنَابِلَ فِي كُلِّ سُنْبُلَةٍ مِئَةُ حَبَّةٍ. Then Allah said, okay, you are not happy with the 10, then I give you hundreds. Allahu Akbar. Look at how our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then he mentioned Jibreel. Oh Jibreel, go to Allah and ask for more. Subhanallah. Then he asked more. Then Allah revealed this ayah. And And Wallahu yarzuqu man yasha'u bighayri hisab. Allah mentioned, okay, go to my Prophet, go to my beloved Habib, and tell them if anyone pay or anyone do any kind of ibadat, especially this ummah, and especially in this month of Ramadan, I will give them unlimited reward for them, whatever you pay. That's why, my brothers and sisters, I will ask you, humbly request you to, especially in this month of Ramadan, you pay your zakat, you pay your donation. Especially, this is the program of Jamaica Muslim Center. As right now, I am speaking from Jamaica Muslim Center. Humbly request to our members, those who are watching, and those who are not members, even those who are watching, please send your generous donation, your contribution to Jamaica Muslim Center. You can send your check, you can mail your check, or you can donate online to go to Jamaica Muslim Center website, and you can donate it in this blessed month of Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of us. One very simple example of our lifetime I want to mention, then I will finish inshallah. One thing, remember this. Because of face little bit of hardship, do not lose the opportunity of ibadat. Meaning, this is the opportunity in the month of Ramadan to use and to utilize the time of month of Ramadan. Because Prophet ﷺ has mentioned that you do any one thing, Allah multiplies to 70 good deeds. If you perform any nafal ibadat, Allah give you a reward of farad ibadat. That's why this is the chance to do it as much as you can. Because of a little bit of laziness, do not lose this opportunity. Because after that, your laziness will go away, but your reward will stay. Allahu Akbar. And that reward will stay all the way up to your death. That reward will stay in your qabr. And that reward will stay when angels will ask you the question to help you to answer the question properly. That reward will stay inside the qabr to protect you from the azab of the qabr. That reward will stay in the time of when your good deed, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will measure your good deed. When you cross the bridge, the full sirat, this good deed will help you to cross the full sirat, sirat, the bridge. And that is the good deed which will take you all the way inside the Jannah and will stay with you in the Jannah. But in other hand, my brothers and sisters, do not do any guna. Don't do any sins because of little bit of your enjoyment. Let's say you enjoy a little bit. Let's say you're watching something bad which is unlawful. Let's say you're watching something which is completely unlawful in Islam, and you enjoying, and because of your a single minute of enjoyment, the guna he will do it, the sin he will do it, that sin will stay with you time of death, and it will not let you recite the kalima, and that sin will stay with you in the qabr, which will not let you answer the question in the grave properly. And that sin will stay with you in the qabr, which is Allah punish you inside the qabr because of this sin and azab. And that sin will stay with you inside on the crossing the bridge, the sirat, will not let you stay cross the bridge, would not help you to cross the bridge, and it will drop you in the fire of hell in the Jahannam. And this sin will take you all the way to in the Jahannam. That's why, my brothers and sisters, this is the opportunity in this month of Ramadan. Take advantage of this month of Ramadan Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept all of our ibadat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our month of Ramadan. This is the first day of the month of Ramadan, this blessed month. We ask to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, giving us tawfiq to fast and to perform our taraweeh in this month of Ramadan. Do extra good deed and recite the Qur'an as much as you can in this month of Ramadan until the end of Ramadan. Allah given us life. We ask to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us life until the end of Ramadan to complete this blessing month of Ramadan, and especially in this pandemic, coronavirus, whoever is passed away, we should make dua to the people, those who are passed away. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept them inside the Jannatul Firdaus, give them the status of shuhada, and people, those who are affected by this virus, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, protect them and cure them from this dangerous sickness and virus. And people, those who are helping them, those who are our beloved brothers and sisters, those who are physicians and nurses, and those who are health workers, and those who are helping anyway, those who are giving foods and shelters and monetary support to our brothers and sisters, those who are needy in this month of Ramadan. Allah accept all of the good deed of the people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept us in this month, blessed month of Ramadan.